Justin. What were you talking about with the crypto thing?
Yeah, the podcast we did, I think it was like 2 of them ago, where we did that hook for the VSL for the crypto. One of our clients saw that and made a bunch of TikTok or just one TikTok off it, right?
With ChatGPT.
Wait,
Are you talking about where we were basically just running through?
Yeah, the one where we were doing
problem
ChatGPT.
solution.
Yeah, and we can tag it right here. We'll put it right there.
The one that we were supposed to do, the one that we're like, oh yeah, we should just go run an ad for that.
Yeah. So one of our clients did it, made a TikTok, didn't even boost it, and he's gotten like 10 appointments already this morning.
Yeah, you guys are welcome.
He's welcome.
Yeah,
now, for
he's
all
welcome.
those of you that are watching, we got good stuff on it.
Subscribe for that reason only.
There we go. New videos every week. Subscribe. Okay, so for our intro today, I want Tyler to reveal how he made $9,000 on Butthole Coin.
All right, so here's what I did.
Also, I want to know how much it's at right now and how much you
Wait. You have to give some context and just say this is not a joke.
It's not a joke.
This is not a joke. I actually made $8,000 with a crypto coin called Butthole. And so here's what I did. I went on X, formerly known as Twitter. I followed some degenerate gamblers, and I saw one of them saying, "Hey, you should buy Butthole coin." And so, step-by-step process, I did some deductive reasoning, and there was another coin earlier this year called Fart Coin that
Fart Coin did really well.
Went to $1 billion market cap.
Fart Coin mooned.
Yeah, Fart Coin moon. So I was like, okay, deductive reasoning. Farts come from buttholes. Therefore, Butthole Coin should also go to $1 billion. So, or more than
this
$1 billion.
This is pretty much what you said too. You hit us up and you said, "Hey, you guys should throw some money into Butthole." You're like, everybody, what'd you say? Every butthole, every fart has a butthole.
You can't fart without a butthole. You can try,
and of course, we read that message and we're like, all right, Tyler's off the pod.
All right, but anyway, so took
you put 1,000 in and
put a 1G
the next day it was at
the butthole, and then 3 days later it was at like $8,000, and so I sold it. And then if I would have held it, it would have gone to $100,000. And some guy named Josh Foray told me to sell it.
Dude, I did not tell you to sell it. I said,
so Josh owes me $92,000.
I did not tell you to sell it. I said, all right, if I made a 9X on a meme coin, I would exit.
Yeah, that's basically,
which is common sense. That's like common sense, though.
That.
If somebody makes a 9X on a meme coin, you sell it. But when you sold it, I said, did you keep a moon bag? And you said, no, I just sold all of it. I was like, okay, well then that's like, there's your mistake. Because if you sell a meme coin, you keep a tiny little moon bag for this reason.
For the 100X reason.
You didn't say that.
What's it at now?
I asked you, I said, did you keep a moon bag? And you're like, no.
I think it's at like 50 million now. Hold on, let me look at my trusty.
Is that higher or lower than when it would have been 100?
Hold on.
It's kind of leveled out.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, share your screen so people can see that Butthole Coin is a real coin.
Okay, here we go, guys. Hold on. All right, behold the butthole. So I bought like right here.
And he told us to buy, and we didn't buy either.
And then so if I would have held here, then I would have made $100,000. But because Josh told me to sell here, I made $8,000.
That's still pretty good.
So
wait. All right, we need to add a little bit more context here. You have thrown $1,000 into like 3 other projects before this that went to 0. So whenever you said, hey, I made a 9X, I'm like, hey, maybe you should just take your money off the table.
Yeah, so basically I'm only up like $3,000 overall because I've had 3 trash bags.
But you could have been up $97,000.
Yeah, but Josh is gay, so that's why I'm out.
What happened with the small buns or whatever the second one was?
Small bun is currently not doing very well, but we're just going to leave the moon bag in there just in case. Small bun is, let's see where small bun is today. Here we go. Small bun is, as you can see, in what they call the toilet down here.
So you're like, what, 1 for 4?
Hey, I'm batting 250. That's a big league average.
But that's the thing. You reached out on small buns and you're like, hey,
Hey, you guys told me if I put money in something else, you wanted me to tell you. I told you.
Yeah, I still want you to keep telling me.
It's true. I just think, butthole is one of those coins. It's just got a ring to it. You're like, that's so ridiculous. It's probably going to do well.
Yeah.
Small buns is like, nah.
If like I don't know if I should say this on recorded YouTube content. I don't want to get demonetized.
All right.
We should get into it
then. Okay, cool. So today we're doing a full ad breakdown of Insurance Elevated. A little while back, Josh Foray and I did a breakdown of their recruiting ads. Now we're going to do a breakdown of their direct to consumer ads. So we're going to take you through, just because it's podcast format, we're going to take you through some of the things that we do to find ads and just some of the tools we use. But here's what I want to do. I want to go through, find any ones we can, as many as we can, watch them. And then I want us to come up with just any discussion that comes from it. Great. But also thinking through the lens of, okay, what's good about this? Why is this working? Because I know it's working. And then anything that we think that they could improve to do better in case they watch and they want some advice.
Then they can become clients.
You should say because they're watching.
Exactly. Yeah.
And if I make fun of the Insurance Elevated guy, please don't come beat me up.
He's gonna come beat you up. I think he's in Florida, so he's pretty close to you.
We all make fun of everybody.
No one's coming to Omaha to beat me up. That's a long way, and it's going to be 0 degrees the next.
Dude, if they try and get to Omaha, they'll freeze.
Exactly. Tyler, you want to find some ads? Let's just find some ads and then send them to Foray. I think I got one saved somewhere.
I mean, you just want me to look on the ad library, or?
Yeah, that'll get the current ones that are running.
They've been running the same ads since October. They have a few from October. That just a quick tip on Facebook ad library. When you're looking up ads, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, the ones that are currently active the longest are the ones that probably have been working the best.
It's a good tip. Nobody listened to that. That's a secret.
All right. Let's go.
The easiest way to make your child a millionaire is through a children's indexed universal life insurance policy. Now, here I have one of my best friends, Eric Walker, and his daughter, Gracie. Gracie, you want to be a millionaire, right?
Yes.
All right, we're going to show you how. Right here, we have Gracie. She's 5 years old. We did a $160,000 death benefit on her, and Eric's only paying $100 a month. That's $1,200 annually. And when Gracie retires, starting at age 66, Eric's still paying $100 a month, $1,200 a year. Gracie can now take out of her account $74,566 every year for the rest of her life. Now, if you do 1,200 times 60, that's only $72,000. So she's already been able to take out her first year more than what Eric paid entirely through the 60 years of her life. If she just waits a few more years, she can actually take out a lump sum of over $1 million, and that's in her account. So Eric paid $72,000 to make Gracie a millionaire. Gracie, you ready to get this money, become a millionaire?
Yeah.
Let's go. All you got to do is click the link below. We specialize in these, and we'll show you exactly how to make your child a millionaire. Speak soon.
All right, that was pretty fire ad. I got a lot of good.
I was going to say that's a great ad.
Yeah. So, and then we should go and see where the landing page goes too, so we can kind of break down the whole strategy. But here's what I put. I said good hook. The easiest way to make your kid a millionaire. Maybe he's seen a few of my ads where it says the easiest and fastest way to become a successful insurance agent. Probably not though, but that's a good hook. And then the kid for attention, that's huge. And then demonstration with the illustration. And then he did the calculator. Like you could just say, X times X equals X, but he demonstrated it by putting it onto the calculator, which is good for video. And big payoff saying that after X amount of time, she'll have $1 million. And then a call to action, click the link.
He's doing lead forms, by the way.
He's doing lead forms.
Yep.
They were doing a landing page at one point, I'm pretty sure.
Can you share it, Tyler? Can you share your screen?
Yep. All right. So how you know it's a lead form? FYI, Facebook ad library. Tip number 2 for the day. If you go to additional assets from this ad and you see all this text down here with just questions, that means they're using a lead form, and these are the questions they're asking with the title. This is state.
I mean, that's literally, you can literally see what the lead form is.
So you literally can rip it.
Don't do that. Now we're giving away way too many secrets for the all 7 people that are going to watch through to the end of this podcast are going to have freaking gold on this one.
Yep.
All you other 190 people that watch the beginning and drop off, sorry, you missed it.
Losers. Just kidding. Keep watching. But then they have the links, they have a phone number you can call. And so this is.
Can you go to the landing page?
There's no landing page.
Oh yeah.
Brother.
Well,
it's on Facebook lead form.
Some run a lead form to a landing page.
Right, but so you would see that here. So he has the privacy policy, which is required to link on any Facebook lead form that you run, and then he has a call.
He's like halfway there then,
which is a call now on the button.
Yeah, so it's a call now, and so I mean we can ring up this number live right now if you want. Or
well, if you want to talk, go ahead. I'm not talking.
I'll just tell him I was just trying to rip your ad, and then so I had a couple questions.
Hey, we're doing a podcast and we're doing an ad breakdown here. Is the owner of Insurance Elevated available? That's how we get him on the podcast. By the way, if the owner, I forget his name, if you see this and you want to be interviewed on this podcast, let us know. Shoot us an email. Wait, go back because I want to like break that down too, just to show them exactly like what even the lead form is saying, because like the things you say on the lead form can help or hurt conversions as well too. So that's kind of the headline right there. Life insurance is a tool to transfer generational wealth. And then the find affordable coverage is what's called a sub headline. So it says find affordable coverage. And then please provide the following information so we can help serve you better. So then it's asking what state are they in. And then full name, phone number, email. And that's it.
And this is what it says on the thank you page. And this is, you can also call us now to skip the wait. That's a call to action to call there. And so what you can do is you can put a link down here instead of a phone number. And then for this, you can say, if you want to lock in your time, put your calendar link on there, have them click, schedule a time with you directly, rather than you dial.
That would go to a landing page.
Correct. Yeah.
That's probably a better way to end it. I feel like that would.
And we can
he's got agents probably ready for inbound calls.
So we can see if he does that on any of these. So yeah, all of his are call. It looks like with lead forms, and a key to lead forms, less questions better. You'll get cheaper leads.
How many does he have there? 4?
Yep.
That's not bad.
But here, I'm going to break this down for everybody watching. The reason that this works, because you guys may have heard me talk mad trash on lead forms, because I typically hate them, is because the way most people run ads to lead forms is they're going to have an image. It's going to be a final expense lead. It's going to say that the government has created a burial fund that's available, but it's not enough. So submit your information now to see if you qualify for, burial insurance or coverage. It makes it's not authentic. It's generic, right? It's like, it's not advertising a specific agent. That's what I don't like about lead forms. And then on top of that, with that type of copy, lead forms are auto-populate the information from Facebook. So the first name, last name, phone number, email is already going to auto-populate. So the person doesn't even have to type it in. So a lot of the times, if your ad's not memorable, they're not going to remember doing it. So when you actually get people that you call and they say, F off, I don't remember doing that, they actually probably don't remember if it's through a lead form. But the reason that, when lead forms can work well is when your ad is basically its own VSL, its own video sales letter, its own sales video in and of itself. That was short. That was 90 seconds, but it got everything out there enough to get somebody to be like, dang, I want more information on that. I'm going to either inbound call or at least submit my information. Yeah. So that's why that strategy is working. It's because the creative is doing all the heavy lifting right there.
So what do you think he's doing with that? He basically
I know what he's
has
doing.
Agents outbounding them or what?
Yeah, because I've heard them grow. Or I've heard about them and I've seen them grow over the last year or 2 years. At this point, I think he's got a very large downline and he's able to just feed them leads because he's running these ads. So I think he probably potentially has a call center for the inbound calls. And then these people that submit the form become leads for all the downline agents. And I don't know how he structures that. For anybody trying to model it, you could either structure it via having them all be LOAs, or you could split comp, or you could make them pay you for the leads. There's several different ways to structure that.
Ideal.
But even when your brother, when Blaze was talking about social media leads, this is probably one of the guys he was talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
What were you saying? Ideally, they would book?
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like it's like you were saying, lead forms usually are a bad experience because they can be really low quality. And then you're trying to outbound a bunch of trash. That's probably the most frustrating way to run lead forms. I'm just thinking, like what Tyler said, if they could just go through and book
Yeah. So if anybody's watching this, if your goal is to build a downline and basically be an insurance agency that's way, way, way freaking better than everybody else, this would get you it, right? Because he's got people coming that want to work with him. He's in the video. He's branded himself. Anybody that's going to answer the phone is going to feel like they're on his team. So he's able to recruit a lot of people because he truly has leads that are different than what all the other IMOs say they have leads. He actually has leads that are coming in inbound. Really, they've seen a video. They're coming inbound. They want to work with him, the owner, and any of his agents are an extension of him. It's honestly on par with like a Dave Ramsey lead. Somebody watches the Dave Ramsey show. They say like, you want term insurance because whole life is the devil. One of our partners can help you. And then they feel like they're working with somebody that's a partner of Dave Ramsey, but like Dave Ramsey's selling those leads, which by the way, Dave Ramsey's revenue, 70% of it is from selling things like that, not his courses and all that stuff. So it's a brilliant model. If somebody like has the energy and they're good on camera, like the owner of Insurance Elevated is, that's a great model. Now, if you're, just decent or you really are just looking for leads for your own business, I would use a lot of the same things that are working here. But then, I would probably have the call to action instead of being inbound calls, especially if you're a single agent or you got like 2 or 3. Inbound calls can get annoying if you don't have somebody always there sitting and ready to answer the phone. So I would do like a calendar booking to get them to book on your agent's calendar.
That way you don't have to outbound as much, especially if you're a solo agent. You're probably not going to have that much time to dial. I mean, if you're getting a ton of volume. So I'm assuming he has some setters too, or like you said, he's just feeding downlines and they just want the leads because they have time to dial them up.
Yeah, exactly. Were there any other ones? Do any of them go to a landing page, or is he all lead forms nowadays?
No,
looks like they're all.
It's the identical lead form. And I think his focus is really like all of his ads. So the one thing I would critique about his ads is that he probably needs to split test some copy because he's using the same exact. He's using different videos, which is spectacular, but he's using the
Can you
same.
share your screen so because the viewers may not know what you mean by copy?
Why, sure. So this copy here is the exact same on pretty much on every single one of his ads. So he's targeting the same people. Obviously, he's trying to create generational wealth done through IULs. But I would split test some more of these to see if he could drive his cost down for sure.
Mm-hmm. The only reason it may not matter or he may not have noticed a difference is he could be running mostly in the reel or story placements where headlines or headlines in ad copy either don't show up or you got to click into them to see them anyway. So he may just not notice much of a difference with testing that stuff.
Yeah, I found that. So, even if you're letting Facebook automatically place your ads, I've looked at the data on our ads because we do all video now, and over 90% are story and reel placements, even when you're auto placing them. So, and that's where most of your traffic is going to come from because that's where most people are spending their time.
Well, especially because most people are just exporting one version of the video. So when you do your videos, are they just vertical?
Yeah.
So we export a vertical, but we also export a square, a 1-to-1. And when we do the square 1-to-1, those show up more on feed than the vertical ones do when you do auto placements. But most people aren't going to know to do that, or even my editor has to edit two videos. So it's a lot more work in order to do that stuff. So if you're just exporting vertical, which is the number one viewed anyway, most of those are going to be on the reel or story platform. But yeah, he's clearly got this stuff dialed in. There's not really too much I would critique. The only thing that like in the video that, if I'm like pulling hairs to try and find something to critique is maybe I would say he spent maybe a little bit more time on the illustration than I would have. And I would maybe try another version where it's shorter just to see if that gets a better cost per result, because that'd be the only place in that. It's very quick moving. It's very attention grabbing, every single thing. He's kind of moving from scene to scene to scene, actually changing backgrounds, which was really good. That might be the only place where people would get caught up and just
switching to the calculator was really good.
Yeah.
Just panning over to the calculator. So I'm just trying to think logistically of how that was filmed. You just had a guy. I wonder if it was just a smartphone or
probably
like how he filmed it. But switching over to the calculator was a really good visual. I'm also just thinking how many agents if it was in feed, how many agents would be fighting over those numbers? Like, whenever you do an IUL type ad, how many agents come in? They're like, I never sell IULs or whatever,
It's like you're guaranteeing $1 million and you're talking about guaranteed, or you're talking about
the compliance police are definitely in his comments.
Yeah, but dude, that gets him cheaper CPMs, cheaper.
Yeah, 100%.
The more
charges
controversial, the better.
It's engagement. Yeah, exactly. That's why I always, tell our agents, if we ever get anybody from like Primerica, or anybody that's like a big Dave Ramsey fan, I tell them like lean into that stuff, because you're going to get agents that are going to argue in the comments, and it's going to make it cheaper for you to show your ads.
I kind of want to watch one more just really quick, because I'm curious about this one.
I think that's a recruiting one. I think that's the one.
That's what I mean. Before. But it's like Tyler said, he's, the copy's the same. You want to check it out?
Yeah. It may not be.
It's got to be recruiting, but let's see it.
We are extremely powerful in the Black and Hispanic community, and we can become even more powerful in leaving a family legacy through life insurance, and here's how.
The main policy I want to highlight is a cashback option, term life policy, where if you outlive it, you get 100% of your money back, in addition to protecting you and yours.
It's essentially a risk-free savings account with a death benefit just in case you die early. So if you call yourself a breadwinner, why not keep the bread flowing long after you're gone? My name is Mike Schill.
And my name is Adrian Cruz.
And we came on with Insurance Elevated as client retention specialists to focus specifically on this crucial product.
Hit the link below, because you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
We look forward to speaking with you.
That's really interesting. A client retention specialist.
The other one was better.
Yeah, the other one was better. The reason I say that's interesting is because that one almost walks the line of like, they talk a little bit. I feel like the prospect does not care about your agency or like what you like talking about being a client retention specialist. I feel like they just don't care about that. They care about what's in it for them. So that, like, to me, that almost walks the line of recruiting. And then, I don't know. It's an interesting ad. I don't think that's all that great, but it's been running for a little bit.
I know. I have seen that one before. I'd be very curious to see how it performs compared to the other one, or the other ones with the owner in them that are clearly talking just directly about IULs, which this one does too, but it's got a lot more kind of abstract things in it that are not directly related.
It's more like impact. Yeah. Not exactly what's in it for the prospect.
To me, here's my guess, is that it's either working to a very niche market, or whoever's running the ads is just like, oh yeah, this is a good creative. We're making money overall in the account. Let's just leave it up.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Because I don't see it. I don't even know what kind of lead would even, because they only mention the product briefly, and it's just kind of, they're all over the place.
Yeah. Well, cool. There's a lot of takeaways here for anybody watching.
Buy butthole.
Buy butthole. Be in crypto. If you're not in crypto, you're probably just done for, to be honest. As far as the ads, like my kind of takeaways from those ads, pay attention to like what's the hook, and then he was using a kid for attention. What besides a kid could you use for attention? Then he had literal demonstration. He had an illustration pulled up that he's going to calculator, and then, a big payoff, and then a call to action. So there's a lot you can learn from here. If you guys have questions on how to implement this, hit us up in the comments, or any questions you guys have in general. If you guys come across any insurance ads that you want us to do a breakdown of, why the ads might be working, what their funnel strategy is, how they're monetizing on the back end from what we can tell, any of those type of things, whether it's, it could be any business, honestly, but if it's insurance, for sure, life insurance, health insurance, Medicare, annuities, anything that you find, just feel free to shoot us an email at support@insuranceadvertisingmasters.com. Any other takeaways?
New episodes every week.
New episodes every week.
New videos.
Subscribe. All right. Thank you. We'll see you on the next one.